I was with Frank Grillo, his wife.
At your house or theirs?
At my house. I called you and invited you.
Oh, that's why you called me?
Yeah. And then I just watched it, and I drank Jose Cuervo La Familia, Reserva La Familia tequila. I'm a tequila sipper now.
Oh, now you are? I thought whiskey
you buy a bottle of that, and you can get it, for a reasonable price. If you try to buy it per shot in a bar, go ahead and try. It's going to cost you $40 a shot.
But you go to a store, buy a bottle, you're good.
Yeah. But it's delicious. Put it on some ice, and I ate some very good food. And then I just watched that game, and I called it for the Eagles as it went on because I'm so prophetic. I just had a feeling they were going to win.
Well, a lot of people did, man.
I know.
Matter of fact, like the top bettors in the world were putting millions of dollars on the Eagles.
Yeah, it's not like
no, it's not like the no, you didn't.
They played well though. It was a very good game, man.
It was a good game. Patriots didn't play like themselves and make way too many mistakes. They lost that game. I think they could have actually won that game. They didn't play like themselves. There's no defense, which is fun to watch. Tom Brady threw for goddamn 500 yards.
Is that because the defense just toward the end of the season gets so tired?
I don't think so. Patriots were ranked 28th, as far as giving up yardage, but when they get in the red zone, they're usually pretty good. And then I just think, the defense wasn't great.
What's his name? Harrison. What's his first name?
Harrison, I know you're talking about. Yeah, the guy from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, yeah, but he's now on Pats, and he's 39, close to 40. And
he's a tank. You ever seen him work out? James Harrison. You ever seen him work out?
Yeah, he's got legendary workouts.
Yeah, he's a little slower for sure.
Yeah, well,
he's a
almost
monster.
40, but still doing it. Still doing it.
It was a good game, man.
The National Geographic is doing this series on what he does for his body to keep himself healthy.
Do they go into the PEDs and stuff? Or?
No.
Oh, they don't?
Brandon.
Well, I don't want to watch that.
Brandon.
I don't want to see that.
Brandon, he does.
Oh no, yeah, he's natural. Yeah. No,
he's clearly a special specimen of a human being, right? I mean,
yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, sure, him and the same trainer who does Landry work together. That's whatever, man.
Brendan, are you suggesting?
Nah, being 40 and jacked like that is completely normal.
Well,
anyways, it depends who it is. Some guys are freaks. Maybe he's not.
Some guys are freaks.
He is a monster.
A monster.
What'd you think of the halftime show, Timberlake?
I thought it was just okay.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
I thought it was disharmonious. It was I couldn't really follow. I couldn't hear his voice enough.
You know what the problem was?
Too much going on.
No, I think the mic.
It was the mic.
He didn't turn the mic up loud enough, and I thought his dress or whatever he was wearing, his dress attire was awful.
I agree with you. You know why?
It looked like he raided a Bass Pro Shop.
But he blended in. He didn't stand out.
Oh, because you're wearing camouflage.
Right. They exactly.
Well, he wore a Bass Pro Shop shirt and then was like, you know what? I need to throw a little flair in there for my people. Then he put on a red freaking bandana.
Yeah. But here's what I will say about
Jordans
the guy.
on there.
He's a great performer. He can dance as well as any of them, which I didn't know.
You didn't know? Oh,
no. And he's dancing with real dancers, and he's as good as any of them.
Well, he's been doing
at 37. Doing it forever. Great voice. You got to give it up. The only thing I would say about him is that
got to turn the mic up. You got to turn the mic up.
Got to turn the mic up, and you got to wear an outfit that separates you so you don't blend in. And it was just too much.
Don't wear camo.
Don't wear camo.
My trainer Ben Bruno, he flew out there with him to warm him up before his.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I just didn't see enough. I couldn't hear his voice, and it was just too many instruments.
Poor choice on the dress.
On
his clothing. Terrible choice. 100%. When he came on, I was like, the J's I'm all about. The clothing, awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yep.
He has so many jams.
And then people went crazy over the, they went fucking nuts over the Prince, hologram. Everybody take it easy.
I thought it was cool.
I did too, but people
Prince
are like, how dare you? Like, what?
Prince is from there.
I know, shut up.
I thought it was sick.
So what?
I know.
Like, nothing is sacred. Stop acting like this. These people, Twitter was a fire. It was a storm.
Oh, my God.
Off.
People are stupid. Did you see? People are also upset. Well, they make fun of him. I watched all the Tom Brady mini docs on Facebook. Mm-hmm. There's 5 of them now. And Jay and I watched all of them in Denver. And it's so, you become a Tom Brady fan. Like, my brother hates Tom Brady. And we watched that. He looked at me and went, I'm kind of rooting for him now. I went, right? How can you not?
Yeah.
You see his work ethic and how he flies some teammates to Montana and they just train nonstop.
Really?
And he's just like a fun, loving guy. You see how disciplined he is where, dude, it's all football. There's a scene where after he lost, I forget which Super Bowl, he's lost, a bunch of them now, 5. won 5, lost 5. But there's a scene where he
won 5, lost 5. He's been in 10 Super Bowls?
Yeah, I think so. He's been a ton. There's a scene where he's in Germany or something with his family, and his son's young and he's playing, and he's just like staring off at the sun, like something. And his wife goes, "What are you doing?" And he's like thinking about the Super Bowl because he lost it. And she's like, "Well, doesn't that make you feel better?" And he's like, a little bit. Like he's just so. I think you'd be exhausted hanging around. Like those absolute
so myopic
winners,
about one
like
thing.
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. You look at all these, Ronda Rousey, like these absolute winners are exhausting to hang out with because all they care about is winning and losing. That's their first love. And on the last one, his wife, who's a supermodel, Giselle, who is so hot. You don't realize how hot she is. Do you see her walk around the house? You're like, oh, yeah, that's Tom Brady's girl. Yeah, you best quarterback of all time. That's your woman.
You get.
That's your woman. They have kids. Yeah, kids. He has sex with her. So, but you don't realize how hot she is. But even she goes, his first love is football. Yeah. Like everyone knows that. But it's a little annoying because his dad, or he's just constantly watching film, and he's sitting there drinking a shake that he makes every morning, and he's all, I could sit here for 7-8 hours and just watch film. It's actually soothing. This is what I like to do.
7 or 8 hours and watch film.
And his kid whenever he's with his kid, maybe it's just for the thing, it was just timing. His kid would come in and he'd put his kid on his lap and he's watching film. His dad, and he's like telling his dad stories and he's just like watching film. Like everything's football.
So interesting.
It's only football.
Yeah.
It's only football.
That one.
Those people are exhausting to me.
They used to. There were stories about Einstein who would wear the same outfit every day, so he didn't have to think about anything else. I don't know if that's true, but that was the myth where he would wear. He basically wear the same clothing, so he didn't have to think about what he was going to wear that day.
He didn't want to put energy into that. Yeah, you can see it in his hair too. He looked like trash.
Just one thing. One thing. That obsession, that decision to just drill into.
And Tom Brady's 40, and he's working with Tom House, who I've met a bunch of times through Tebow, and Tim would work with him. I'd go out there and train with those guys. And Tom goes, age is it's just a number. It's just in your head. And Tom goes, yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. And then throws like the perfect ball. Because I don't give a fuck about that. You just see he's like a regular dude's dude. Yeah. And then they're with his crew like Edelman and Amendola. And he flies them to Montana where they can just focus on football. And this is the off season. So he flies them there so they can work on routes and stuff. And they're roasting Edelman so hard because he was in the weight room doing bench. And Edelman, it makes me feel better. Like, I like to do those meathead stuffs. And Tom's like, that does nothing for you for our sport. That you're wasting your time. They're just, roasting him. And Edelman's like, fuck off. Edelman's like, fuck off, man. He's like, for me, it makes me feel good. And Tom Brady's like, you know what makes me feel good? And then he's getting massaged. He's getting rubbed down. He goes, this. Puts up his throwing arm and flexes on him.